preview of the apocalypse. It's Late Night with David Letterman. That's Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous band. And now, the man who donated the beautiful flowers for tonight's ceremony, David Letterman.
That's darn nice of you. Thank you very much. You know, something occurred to me this morning as I got out of bed, I go into the bathroom, and I'm using my water pick. And I'm standing there. Do you have a water pick? So I'm standing there working with the water pick, and after about 20 minutes, it occurred to me, I could probably accomplish the same thing with just a really good squirt gun. So what the hell did I waste all that? You know, ladies and gentlemen, just let me say, as far as I'm concerned, I believe that Saddam Hussein has really hurt his country's chances for being the next host of the Goodwill Games, because I think this behavior was just... You know, it's interesting, Paul. These two guys that we just took a shot of, take a look at them right there in the front row.
Yeah.
Now, if you can, just tilt down a little bit. These guys, I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do.
Yeah.
Tilt down. But as soon as this thing is over, look, they've got their luggage with them. They're out of here. They got their flight bags there. They're gone. Yeah, there it is. Well, I guess by now you've heard the world reaction to Iraq's invading Kuwait, and it's unbelievable. It's far-ranging. For example, Great Britain said it's a grave threat to peace. Japan said it's a heinous mistake, and France, just to be on the safe side, surrendered. So that's... Ladies and gentlemen, if my hair looks a little strange to you tonight, it's not strange-looking hair. My meninges is on the blink. That's the problem. Hey, man, this is not a bad show. Michael, pretend you're a lawyer. But you have all your luggage there. Are you leaving town immediately?
Going to San Francisco.
Going to San Francisco on a case right after the show.
We're from San Francisco.
Oh, and then you're going home.
That's right.
So you had no hotel while you were here?
Just lived on the street.
Lived out of your luggage. Good idea. Also on the program tonight, ladies and gentlemen, oh, is this right? We were able to get this man? Good. You folks are here on a great night. Tony Randall will be with us in a matter of moments. Yes, sir. Now, say hello to our friend Paul Schaefer. He's right over there. Hi, Stan. How you doing? Tony Randall is here.
Yeah. Thank you. David, you know, let me ask you this. I'm not complaining or anything, because it's fun to be recognized in the street, but at least 3 times a day, somebody comes up to me and says this. David Letterman, right?
Right.
How am I supposed to react to that? Originally, I should say, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, but you're the guy. You're the guy, the drummer, right? Yeah, I am the drummer.
You're the drummer. No,
so now
No. You're starting to sound like a snotty celebrity.
No, I'm not. I love interacting with the public.
You just say, yes, that's right, I'm Dave Letterman.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing now, yeah. Yes, I'm
That's
David
what I
Letterman.
say when people say, come to think of it, people never say that to me.
No, they don't say it.
Let's do our top 10 list and then get on with the big show. First... Hey, do you have big weekend plans?
Just a relaxing weekend. I plan to do not too much of anything.
Right. Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I think I'll probably go see Ghost Dad this weekend. Okay, let's see here. Top 10 category tonight. Boy, this is a pretty good show. Did I mention the show, Tony Randall? What time is the flight, boys? Can we get you a cab?
8 o'clock.
Huh?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Oh, good. Well, then you have plenty of time for drinks afterward. Absolutely. Well, by all means, come up to the office. Here we go. From the home office in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Top 10 least exciting superpowers, huh?
Lebanon.
That's right. Top 10 least exciting superpowers. You know, like...
Exciting.
Yeah, like comic book superheroes.
You mean like X-ray vision?
X-ray vision, yeah. So that would be a good one.
Yeah.
And Superman can fly.
That
he can bend steel in his bare hands.
Those
change
would be
the course of
exciting
mighty rivers. And who, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for Daily Metropolitan newspaper. Yeah. On and on. These now would be a list of the top 10 least exciting
superpowers.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Let's just take our luggage to the show.
And we'll sit someplace in back. They'll never see us. Here we go. Top 10 least exciting superpowers. Number 10, super spelling. And number 9, lightning fast mood swings. Number 8, really bendy thumb. Number 7, can breathe soup. Number 6, ability to calm jittery squirrels. Number 5, power to shake exactly 2 aspirin out of a bottle. Number 4, ability to get tickets to Goodwill games. Number 3, power to score with other superheroes' wives. You know, that kind of response just sickens me. Number 2, ability to communicate with corn. And the number 1 least exciting superpower, magnetic colon. There, that one. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our viewer mail. Actual letters from actual viewers. As always, the presentation of tonight's viewer mail is being assisted by the amazing Puma 206-axis robotic arm. Here it is right there. Okay, anytime now. Hey, hey, hey. Thing is squirting cologne at me. Here we go. Letter, whoops, I made a mistake. Letter number 1. Here we go. It's the Puma 206-axis robotic arm. Letter number 1. Well, I've made another mistake. Letter number 1. There we go. Okay. Thank you very much. There's some kind of robot spittle on this.
Nothing worse than robot spittle.
Here we go. Dear Dave, would you please do one of your TV shows? Would you please do one of your shows at my local high school, a dedicated fan, Pete Staples, Midland High School, Midland, Michigan. You know, this is thank you very much. This is a very flattering request, Pete, and you know, I think if I'm not mistaken, I believe I am already scheduled to do one of my shows at your school. Let me check right here. Oh, yeah, that's right, coming up next week. Here it is, here's the schedule. August 6th to the 11th, I'll be in the Michigan area. Come on out and see us. It's Dave's Parakeet Circus. And the first 100 ticket holders get their photos taken with the parakeets. Connie, Billy, and Larry, or whoever that is. Where is it? Oh, okay, letter number 2. I get the controls confused, you know. Because they're labeled here. One says toss mail, which to me, toss mail is, here, toss it to Dave. And then the other one says Dell, period, mail. So I get confused.
The other one says what?
Dell, period, mail, as in deliver mail.
Oh, deliver the mail.
Yeah, I have trouble sometimes thinking deliver mail, Dell mail, toss mail. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that can get confusing.
I get me one of them San Francisco attorneys on this. Dear Dave, why not give the robotic arm a name? How about Fluffy? Sincerely, Nelson Mullins, Cleveland, Ohio. Well, it's a good suggestion, Nelson, but as regular viewers of this program can tell you, we already have a Fluffy around here. Our Fluffy is a special friend of our drummer, Anton Fig. It's right over there. And you probably know Fluffy better as Willard Scott's hairpiece. There he is.
Dave?
Yes, Anton?
Can I bring Fluffy home with me for the weekend?
You know, have you ever thought about extensive counseling, Anton?
You know, I hope Fluffy bites you in the throat and kills you.
Okay. Letter number 3. Here we go. Hey, watch it. Come after you with an Allen wrench. Come on, let me have it. Give it to me. Hey, you dumb. It's shorted out, isn't it? Hey, what? Why, you... Turn it loose. Paul, get the... Oh!
Just put some things in a shaving kit and we'll go to the studio.
Here we go. I know, sure. Sure. It's ugly, it's cheap, it's unfounded. Thank you. I couldn't be more proud. Yeah, that's right. And they're attorneys. Yeah. Dear Dave, what started your fame and fortune? Just curious, Pete Miller. Do you mean, how did I get started in television, Pete? Well, believe it or not, we actually have the videotape of my first television experience. Hal, do you have that queued up and ready to go? Here, this is where it all began. This was my first television exposure. Watch carefully, and I think you'll enjoy it.
Good afternoon. John Lindsay, Eyewitness News. Presidential candidate Jimmy Carter's motorcade passed through downtown Indianapolis just moments ago en route to the airport. From there, the Democratic hopeful is bound for Iowa and the all-important primary there next week. Carter's visit was brief, and while the governor of Georgia restricted his remarks to criticism of the administration's policies on inflation, he did say America was, quote, experiencing a crisis in leadership. We now return to Exercise in Knowledge with Bob Gregory.
Right. So, you see, some executives at NBC saw that, liked what they saw. Gave me this gig right here. Yeah. Letter number 4. Here we go. Letter number 4. We got to hurry because we have a big show. A lot of big important stars on the program.
Big show.
Dear Dave, I am a musical arranger and I've ripped off the late night theme song for use in my band as a break song. Out of curiosity, I wondered if there have ever been any words written for the song. Oh, good question. If not, here are mine. Late Night Fun has just begun. My TV is on NBC, Late Night with David Letterman. There's always big fun until the show's done. No matter who's on the show, you'll always know just why Dave makes big dough. Bill Irwin, Melbourne, Florida. Well, I guess as you probably know, Paul, of course, wrote the late night theme. Paul, are there lyrics to that? Did you really ever write lyrics to that?
Yeah. Yeah. Here are the lyrics. These are the lyrics. Down in Melbourne, FLA, some jerk named Bill is ripping me off. And don't you know now, my lawyers say legally that Bill's house and car belong to me. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, hey. We'll do a commercial.
Engineering. Scotty, it was a power loss. How come?
We lost 5% of our energy reserves, sir. Our deflector shields are weakened.
Can you compensate for the loss?
Aye, if we don't lose any more. Don't ask me how it happened.
For the big show. Hey. Okay, can you tell I have a cold? Does it sound to you like I have a cold?
Oh, a summer cold is the worst.
Does it sound like I have one? Can you tell? Because in here,
no.
it sounds a little tubby.
No, it sounds fine out here.
Yeah, but I don't want to say anything about it because a couple of years ago, that woman said, stop saying you have a cold because it's rude.
So you won't say anything?
So I'm just going to persevere. I'm going to be stoic about this one.
Okay.
But isn't it odd, the first week in August here to have a cold?
You know, what's the worst is that it never goes away.
Yeah. Two good things happened. The painters have finally finished painting my house.
Good.
They started in '83, you remember. They packed up their drop cloths and they're gone.
Yeah.
And also now I have yet another new phone in the car.
You got another phone?
Another new phone in the car.
This is yet how many phones now?
This was, Rose, how many phones? This would be our third phone. Third phone. And this one sounded okay, but then for the rest of the journey into work this morning, it sounded like you're traveling through a meteor shower.
How does that sound?
Well, you have to ride home with me some night.
All right.
You'll experience it for your own self.
Is that
The appearance of my first guest means one of two things. We're either running out of peanuts in the green room or another guest dropped out at the last minute. It's always a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome. Look, we're dressed similarly. We both have the dark blue blazers on.
Double-breasted blue blazer.
Same with you. Yeah. You look very nice. Look very natty, as they say. Tell me about the first time you did one of these talk shows. I'm guessing it was the Jack Parr Show across the hall in that studio, and what year was that?
Your guess is wrong.
Okay.
It was in this studio.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. It was that studio.
What?
Yeah. Geez, you backed off of that so meekly.
Well, I defer to you because I admire you so.
Oh, come on.
No, I do.
No, I think it was that studio.
It was 6A or B.
Yeah, which one are we in here? A. We're in A, so it was B. You were in B. This was, at the time, a radio studio.
In any case...
It's a fascinating little broadcast history detail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Jack Parr Show. You're quite right. And those were live. And they were an hour and 3/4 long. Then it would begin right after the news at 11:15 and go right to 1 in the morning.
That's right. In those days, the local news was only, as you mentioned, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember this guy was on the show.
There was less going on in those days. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I won't interrupt anymore.
No, that's all right.
Okay, I'll be right there.
It's your show.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
There was this fellow on the show. He wasn't a professional. They'd found some fellow who was interesting. And he had a dog that did anything. Excuse me. I have a little summer cold. I have. But the dog did anything the man told him to do.
All right. What kind of dog was it?
Just a mutt. And the guy and the dog looked like he looked like Pete the Tramp. And he'd say, in the 5th row, 4 seats in, there's a girl with a plaid dress.
Mm-hmm.
Go to her. Dog would go straight to her.
The dog would find the woman in the audience.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he pointed to a microphone on a boom like this, and he said, "Find another one." And the dog found a microphone on a stand.
Wow. Very, very smart dog.
Yeah. When I got home about 1:30 that morning, my wife was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in bed, and she muttered, "How did the dog do all those things?" I said, "I don't know. I can't figure it out." And she went back to sleep, and then she woke up, and she said, "Well, maybe the man explained everything to the dog before the show."
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that would work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But wasn't there also something about, at one point, Parr said, "Tell the dog..."
Oh, yeah. I left that out.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That's the truth. You remember. He would tell the man tell the dog to do such and such.
Right.
And the dog did everything. And then he said to Parr, you know, Parr used to call himself the king of comedy. He said, "Tell the dog to come to the king of comedy." The dog came to me.
Big laugh. That
Yeah.
must have been a huge laugh then, huh?
No, but ever since then, I've been the king of comedy.
Well, congratulations. Chosen by a dog as the king of comedy.
Want some
No, thanks,
eagle
because I'm a little woozy as it is, and I know those things are full of just poison and
No,
preservatives.
they are not.
They're not?
Hey,
Hey, let's talk about this book.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is great. This is full of your life, remembrances, stories, things of...
Anecdotes.
Anecdotes, that's the word I was
Like
looking
how
for.
I got to be king of comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Except I'd forgotten. You had to cue me.
We're looking through here, and right here, there's apparently an error on page 21.
I gotta tell you about that.
If you buy this book, look, here it is. They include this little slip of paper. Was that in all the printings?
Yes.
Wow.
Except in the
There's an
paperback.
error. They made a mistake on page 21. Okay, and then they corrected it in the paperback. But how can you let this happen?
That's what happens in life.
No, I know, but you are the one person that...
I'm gonna tell you. Have a tortilla chip. They're really good. Ranch tortilla chips.
No.
Eagle. Isn't that good? Yeah. Anyway. All right. That was the funniest... The name of the book. You forgot that. The name of the book. The name of the book. Friend. The name of the book. Which reminds me. Woo! It's a story. It's anecdotes from my experience in show business. It's not an autobiography or anything like that. It's just straight stories. Everything that's amusing. Yeah.
It's just another little joke. I'm sorry.
It's coming. Yeah, it'll go in my next book. And it's coming out in paperback.
But now, explain how you allow an error to show up in your little book here.
They send you something called galleys.
Right.
That's the book in long sheets of paper, but the way it's going to be
And
printed.
you go over it and you
correct.
check and
there
you
were
look.
no errors in the galleys.
Yeah.
And then when they printed it, they left out the punchline of a joke.
Mm-hmm. What was the punchline? Do you remember?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you now.
Okay, good.
It was the funniest mistake I ever saw happen in a theater. It was the actor Ludwig Donat, remember?
Ludwig Donut?
Donut.
Donut.
Yeah.
Ludwig Donut, Paul. That's right.
Very good actor.
Yeah.
And it was in a play about Freud. I remember Steve Hill played Freud. And he was with his mentor, that was Dr. Breuer, who had experimented with hypnosis and happened upon what turned out to be psychoanalysis.
Oh, yeah.
And he was telling Freud about it, and that was Ludwig Donat. And here's what he said. You have to let me tell it.
I will.
All right. He said, "Believe me, my dear Freud, it was the most exciting moment of my professional career. It was like opening a human skull and looking at the living brain under a microphone. Never in my life, in over 50 years of experience, have I had such a thrilling moment. I can tell you, microscope, I can tell you, Freud."
Well, that's pretty funny.
It really was funny. It really did happen. They left out the word microscope.
Man. See, now that's what I mean. How could you have let that happen in your own
didn't
book?
let it happen.
Well, thank God they cleared it up for the paperback.
They cleared it up in the paperback, which is coming out August 13th.
All right, we have to do a commercial. Tony and I are going to enjoy some snacks while you're gone. Now, you see, you mentioned that the paperback comes out in a couple of days. Will all of these photos be in there? This is you. Look at that. Is this for a play, or were you actually in the Army?
What do you mean, was I actually in the Army?
I don't know. Maybe you weren't actually in the Army.
I was actually in the Army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do in the service?
I was a courier.
You look scared here.
Yeah. I was scared. That's what I was.
Yeah. Well, who wouldn't be in those times?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll tell you about how I got in the Army. I was inducted at Fort Devens, Massachusetts. Hundreds of millions of guys went there. Enormous, unbelievable. And the first day you walked around in your civilian clothes, going from place to place and tests and medical and all that.
Paperwork and so forth.
And then I guess that went on maybe 18 hours while you're being inducted. And you weren't even given your uniforms yet. Shots. You got about 7 or 8 shots. And it was an enormous building with a concrete floor. And you'd go from place to place and then just wait. And after about 18 hours, as I said, we were just sitting on the floor like this. We didn't know what we were doing anymore and just waiting for the next guy to come along, tell us what to do. You know what a short arm inspection is?
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
So we were sitting there, and a guy came and said, "Now, men, you going before the doctor to have you first short arm. When you go before the doctor, you take out your thing, and you hold between your thumb and forefinger, and you show it to the doctor."
Oh man.
And we sat there. Yeah. After about 30 minutes, he came back. He said, "Now, men, you going before the doctor to have you first short arm. When you go before the doctor, you take out your thing. You hold him between your thumb and forefinger, and you show him to the doctor." And finally it happened. Next day, we had our uniforms, and we were put on a train, and we didn't know where we were going. The train was so old, believe it or not, it was Civil War stock. They'd got everything out during the war. Yeah. It was a wooden train, wooden car. It creaked and all that, and there was no place for us to sleep. We slept on the floor of the train. And every man in the car was sick because of the shots.
Sure, reactions.
And there were so many, and we all had fever and just, it was a terrible trip, and it went on for 3 days. Just there on the floor, just stretched out on the floor of this car. The second night, in the middle of the night, we were just moaning with pain. This guy, I remember his name was DeVito, great big guy. He suddenly screamed in the middle of the night, "You take your thing between your thumb and forefinger."
Well, right here in the book.
No, that's not in the book.
Oh, that's not in the book.
I forgot it. When I was writing the book, I forgot to
put that in your next book. What do you have planned for the rest of the summer?
Me?
Yeah. No,
I just got back yesterday from my vacation.
Oh, you went to London?
From London,
Oh, that
yeah.
sounds like a great time.
Yes,
How
I'm
long
gonna
were you
stay
there?
home. 2 weeks.
Okay, good. Nice to see you.
Oh, well.
And come back anytime. Tony Randall, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back.
Game at Burger King.
I won!
Win anything from a Whopper to a family-size Chevy Lumina APV. Even a $60,000 Corvette CR1.
I won the Corvette?
Play Whopper and Wheels to give you a summer like nobody else can.
Monday on the program, George Foreman will be here. Also, actress Mary Steenburgen and banned medical devices demonstration. First week in August, and New York City is in the middle of a lovely, lovely summer. And we thought tonight would be a great time to show you a little of the activity you could experience right here in Central Park. And what better way to do this than with our own Central Park quiz. Paul, do you have a little information?
Sitting in the park, waiting for you.
Here's our little Central Park quiz. Watch carefully. These people are going to need A, correct change, B, lots of napkins, C, Blue Cross. Number 2, the most frequent question asked of this man is A, where's the carousel? B, which way to the restrooms? C, could you call 911 for me? Number 3, this young woman is obviously A, on a day off, B, on a lunch break, C, on her way to a roller funeral. Number 4, this couple dining outdoors will soon be surprised by A, the strolling guitarist, B, a sudden cloudburst, C, the $17 charge for 2 Pepsis. This man is describing A, fishing trip, B, a business deal, C, the guy who stole their sports coats. Hey! Number 6, New York City is very proud of its A, many programs for young people, B, enthusiastic park volunteers, C, their super casual National Guard units. Number 7, this couple is double-checking to see if this is A, the Great Lawn, B, the Sheep Meadow, C, where they're supposed to leave the ransom. Number 8, even if they had $1 billion in their pockets at this exact moment, these men could not A, buy a more beautiful blue sky, B, buy a more serene afternoon, C, get served at a 7-Eleven.
You can put your confidence in the brain of excellence, the household appliances that bear the name GE.
Okay, thank you. Everything all right over there? Oh, good. Number 9, this team, A, plays softball every week, B, all work for the same firm, C, has just been purchased by George Steinbrenner. There you go. That's our little Central Park quiz in the middle of summer. Next guest was on this program several months ago. His film, Roger and Me, has won critical acclaim. So tonight he's back here to tell us all about the new home video version of that film. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Michael Moore. Michael, are you? Hi. Nice to see you. How you been? Good. Glad to see you here, Michael. How long ago did you do this? This is like almost 2 years old now, right?
No. I did. It came out last December, and the video just came out
last December,
last month.
And when it was released, you got a deal, I guess, with Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Warner Brothers.
Yeah. And the movie, the movie received a lot of attention, a lot of critical acclaim. People said, "This is great. This kid, really has done something wonderful," and it became a very popular kind of documentary, an insight into life there in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, it seemed people thought it was funny, and yet it was a story about how GM laid off 30,000 people in my hometown. And I went on this quest to find Roger Smith.
Right. The CEO of General Motors.
Yeah, who retired this week.
Yeah. So now, the film was or was not nominated for an Academy Award?
No, it wasn't nominated.
Yeah. Now, then, this firestorm of controversy, because everybody is saying, well, the film should have been nominated. It was certainly as good as the others that were nominated in that category. But then all kinds of controversy has happened as a result, huh?
Yeah, well, they started saying things like the rats that were shown in the abandoned houses weren't really from Flint. They were from Detroit.
Right.
Like, you know, we had imported the rats into Flint.
They accused you of trucking rats into Flint from Detroit.
Right. They were somehow not from Flint, and that was some kind of deceptive filmmaking, I guess. I don't know.
What other things were people upset about with this?
I think General Motors was upset, and they kept sending out press releases to the press saying that, you know, you've got to do stories on this guy or whatever. Like there's you know, that cash register that was stolen when Ronald Reagan came to Flint and ate at the pizza restaurant. Well, it really wasn't stolen then, and it was just strange.
So General Motors is trying to discredit you, the largest corporation on Earth.
Yeah.
And they're trying to discredit you.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't, I mean, to worry about me, you know. I mean, I'm just...
Now, did Roger Smith ever see the film?
He says he didn't see it. Yeah. No, he said he didn't have time to see it.
And you never got him on film in your film?
No, I never got him. I never got him.
Now, how are you treated back there in your hometown of Flint?
Well, people really are happy that the film was out, but Phil Donahue came to Flint to do a show on the film. And like 5 minutes before we go on the air, the Flint police come up to me and asked me that, they said that they got a call and they believe there might be a sniper in the audience and would I like to wear a bulletproof vest.
And did you wear the bulletproof vest?
No, I didn't. I thought I'd, you know, just take the bullet right there live on film. No more, Phil wouldn't have to worry about, you know, any more cross-dressers or...
So you went from, I think, you had a job in San Francisco with a magazine, and then you...
Yeah, those are my lawyers there, by the way. The guy...
You went back to Michigan, you made the film, and then all of a sudden your life changes completely. You're traveling all over the country to promote this. You're on airplanes going every which way.
111 cities.
Wow.
That was a tour.
Wow. Did you get tired of flying? Was that a problem?
It was terrible. Yeah, well, Warner's, they always put me in first class.
Well, there you go. Sure, you're a director, a filmmaker.
Yeah, but I had to fly with all these executives, and when they saw me, like, sit down beside them, you know, they just like... You know,
they knew who you were.
Oh, yeah. You know, that was the guy that was
No friend of big business.
No friend of big business. And they, you know, they were all reading the latest Tom Clancy novel, you know, hardback. You know, one guy, he gets out his legal pad. He was so upset he couldn't talk to me in person. He wrote out a 5-page letter to me while he was on the plane sitting next to me. And I'm reading, the first line is, "Dear Mike, you know, executives have feelings too." And, as you know, working here at GE.
Yeah. Now, did this reaction surprise you? I mean, both the good and the negative?
No, not really. I thought all the people who suffered through the Reagan era would like the film, and all the people who made out like bandits would hate me.
Now, did you ever pretend, or did you ever think to yourself that this was a truly objective overview of the situation, or did you know that it was more of just kind of a personal look at what your life was and how it was changing?
It wasn't objective. It was one-sided, unfair, mean-spirited. I mean, in fact, some critics who, you know, there are like 2 or 3 that didn't like it, right? And their biggest criticism was they compared me to David Letterman. They said this movie plays like Laid Off with David Letterman.
Oh, see, now why drag me into it? I'm just minding my own business here.
Hey, you know.
Did I tell you to do the movie?
No.
So are you going to do another one? Now, see, this will be the real test for you as a movie maker, is to make a second film. Is it going to be a documentary, or are you going to make one at all?
No, I'm writing it right now. Yeah. It's a political comedy, satire. It begins with an actual incident in Topeka, Kansas, a couple years ago when Reagan's Air Force One was trying to land. They couldn't land the plane because there were 2 dogs out on the runway doing what dogs like to do on a runway.
Sniffing luggage?
No. Copulating dogs. So
all right,
the Secret Service considered them a security risk. And they couldn't go. They went out there and they tried to break them up and they tried to shoo them away, and it didn't work. And then finally one of the Secret Service agents pulled out his gun and shot the dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. See,
yeah.
That seems a little harsh.
Well, but I just thought it was the perfect metaphor for the Reagan era, you know.
But you know, I'm thinking to myself, if that had happened in the Bush years, that's the perfect job for Quail. You send him ahead to break up dogs. It's an ugly, awful thing to have said, and I'm proud it came out of my mouth. Well. What are you doing? I think Wendell has been attending cheerleading school again. Well, Michael, it was a pleasure to see you, and we'll look forward to the second effort.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. Roger and me, Michael Moore. Being here again, and look forward to seeing you again when the new film is completed. My thanks also to Joan Armatrading and... Can you feel the electricity building? So, now listen to this. A guy comes up to me. I'm walking to work on 6th Avenue this morning, and this guy says to me, he says, "Can I have your autograph?" And I say, "Well, absolutely. How should I make it out?" And he says, "To Mike from Warren Beatty." I thought that was... Thank you. Drive safely, everybody. Good night. I had a very busy weekend. I spent, almost 2 full days, Paul, with my attorney. I'm having a clause put in the deed of my summer home that says that it cannot be rented now to Supreme Court justices, so... Thank you very much. Drive safely. The hell, I had one right there. We have visitors from out of town, I sense, and you may notice this. Now, New York City is constantly thriving... What's the matter? Well, you got us going, man. Oh, okay. Relax. It's usually very, very demonstrative. Watch for the obvious demonstrative. There's a new ordinance here in New York City, and I tell you, the city fathers are constantly trying to make this town much more livable, a much more enjoyable place to be and to grow up and to worship with your family and friends. In fact, now there's a brand new ordinance. After 11 o'clock at night, mob hitmen, by law now, must use silencers. You have one for this. You know, I don't care. You know, Monday, the official NBC policy is we just don't care. But tonight, it really is true, because while you people are here and enjoying a fine show, aren't you? Well, that means one thing. There's been some kind of a mix-up. But, you know... In addition to it being Monday, we're on tonight like a half an hour late. So instead of us coming on, normally we come on at midnight, right at the stroke of... I'm sorry, normally we come on at 12:30. Tonight, we're on a little later. That means we're on now at 1. There's no one watching. It's tough. People have a difficult time staying awake till 12:30 because, ladies and gentlemen, America was built on the principle you get up at 7, you go to work at 9, and you work till 5. You can't be up jerking around watching a TV show at 12:30. We have a lot of difficulty getting audiences. And so at 1, it's vapor, it's a ghost, it's history. Let me prove it to you. Listen to this. There's nobody out there. Nobody there. Is there anybody there? So... So what all of this means, ladies and gentlemen, is we can do pretty much any damn thing we want here tonight. For example, if we want to omit the final joke, we'll just omit the final joke. Because we don't feel like we necessarily have to do a joke here because it's so late. Oh, no. No, I'm not doing a joke, all right? I'll tell you what, Hal, fade the cameras to black, and I'll do a joke for the studio audience. And I tell you what, go ahead and turn off the microphone so the folks at home can't hear. Okay, this is just for you people, because you people are decent enough to be here, because we know... And here's a little something for the home viewers who aren't watching, okay? They're not... Well, just don't... here... Is it gonna kill him to stay up an extra half hour to see this show? But no, they're too damn busy, aren't they? And you know why we're not on now? We are on now, but you know, it was, we're delayed. Something important delayed us? No, nothing really important. NBC tonight aired The Elephant Man. I know, stop it. You folks don't mean that either. Okay, yesterday the Chicago... Hal, I didn't say...
Just taking a peek.
Okay. Yesterday, the Chicago Bears beat the Dallas Cowboys 17-6 in London, England. There was a crowd of 82,000 at Wembley Stadium to see a game, a stadium usually used for soccer. The most difficult part for the fans was adjusting in American football. At what point in the game should they start the riot? See, it really wasn't worth... Okay, bring it back up there, Hal, and... Hi, welcome back to the show. We missed you, folks. Here's our good friend, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Schaefer. Paul.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. You know, Dave, I gotta say that I feel real good and very happy about the way things have turned out.
That's good.
Personally, for me, things are great.
Well, that's good.
The kids have accepted Sammy like he was always in the band, and it's like David Lee Who, you know what I mean? So I find it, I'm very encouraged by that.
That's
and
good.
I think, you know, the
you
kids...
think that's a good sign, then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
You know,
that's good. Did you have a nice weekend?
I did, actually.
Yeah.
I worked on my memoirs.
Yeah.
Well, you get to a certain point.
You have to get your memoirs in order.
You got to write it down because you don't remember it anymore.
Yeah, you can't remember it when
you can't remember.
When you're 85 or 90, you have trouble remembering it.
That's right. I'm only 36, but I'm having sometimes can't remember.
I'm 39. I'm 3 years older than you.
3 years older.
Yeah.
So,
ask me about my weekend now.
How was your? Well, first, what do I have to look forward to in the next 3 years that you've already experienced?
Your physical checkups take a little longer.
Yeah. Right. How was your weekend?
I had a horrible weekend, and I can prove it. Look, these are all of the things that went wrong this weekend. Do we have time to run through them?
Yeah.
All right, first of all, for the last 3 weeks at my house, I've had Polish workers in my yard on Saturday. That's all right. That's not a problem. They're very skilled craftsmen. They don't happen to speak English. That's not a problem. They're building a little rock fence, just a little rock fence. Well, it's nearly completed, and the thing is about this high. The rock fence that was going to be like there is now about here. Just perfect for resting a rifle on. Also, the thing is 2 feet wide. Now, here's the other part. It happens to be built on my neighbor's property. Okay, so that's going to be a problem. All right. TV, Sunday, I buy a brand new television set, a reputable name from a licensed retail operator. I get it home, I hook it up. I have this cable system in Connecticut there. You get 60 channels of wonderful programming. So I hook up the TV. Now I only get 37. I've lost 23 channels. I don't know. I paid a lot of money for the TV. 23 channels gone. Saturday night, I go to dinner. I'm in a restaurant. I'm seated next to a table of 4 people. One guy talks for 40 minutes telling a story, honest to God, about the time he had the dry heaves. This morning I come to work. Who do I get a call from, Paul? Any idea? No, you don't know?
No.
No. Supermodel Cheryl Teagues.
When? Just this morning she called you?
This morning she called and she's fed up. She's mad at me because I asked her if she shopped at Sears. She's mad at me, and she goes on and on. So I spent a half an hour talking to Cheryl Teagues about not being mad at her or something like that. We're not even on tonight, are we? This show goes overseas to our troops in uniform, and that's the only people who'll see this one. Here we go. Like it makes a difference. The top 10 list from the home office in Milwaukee. You know what? I think you people, as you leave your name and address, and I'm going to invite you back here to a real show. Here it is, the top 10 list tonight, our category tonight, top 10 questions most frequently asked on the NBC tour. Top 10 questions on the... How many of you have taken the tour? Well, really, that's about all it deserves. It's pretty lame. I'm serious. If you're coming to New York City, fine, we want you to visit this wonderful town. Forget the NBC tour. It really, really sucks. Here we go. The top 10 questions most asked on the NBC tour. Number 10. Who plays the part of Tom Brokaw on the nightly news? Number 9. Are all those rats for a show? Number 8. Can I slap Gene Shalit? Number 7. Why do we have to wear goggles around the Today Show set? Number 6. How art thou, brother? Quakers say that a lot. Number 5, when do we get to the shark? Number 4, why can't people live together in peace? Number 3, does Roger Mudd give every tour group the finger? Number 2, can I have my money back? And the most frequently asked question on the NBC tour, what do you mean Cosby's in Brooklyn? Okay. Do we have time to do this or not? Do it or what? Huh? 3 minutes? Well, try it. It doesn't make any difference. Barry, do me a favor. Take the schedule, take the rundown, tear it up. It doesn't make any difference. We just don't care. We've lost our lease. We're going out of business. All sales final. Did you tear it up, Barry? I'll tear it up right now. All right. Let's see him tear it up. Now what the hell are we going to do? We're gonna do something. We're gonna have people from the audience. If they have problems they want us to settle over the phone, I'll be happy to do so. Our first participant tonight, I believe your name is Melissa Wakefield. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Nice to have you here, Melissa. Where are you from?
I'm from Bradley Beach, New Jersey.
Bradley Beach, New Jersey. Is that a nice community?
Yeah, it is. It's
pretty
pretty
nice. What do you
nice.
do for a living there in Bradley Beach?
I'm a bartender.
Bartender at a
at the
what?
Stone Pony in
a bar,
Asbury.
a restaurant? And what is it you can would like for us to do for you tonight?
I'd like you to call my girlfriend. I borrowed a pretty expensive dress of hers, a blue suede dress. I wore it to a party, and I spilled a Bloody Mary on it. And
all right. Have you had it cleaned yet?
Well, they couldn't get the stain out.
There you go. Spilled drink on your girlfriend's dress. What's the value of that? Do you have any idea?
It was at least $200, I know, because she didn't want to lend it to me.
Yeah. Well, those fears were totally unfounded, weren't they? Okay, Melissa, have a seat. Paul, this is number one. Melissa and the drink and the dress. Thank you very much, Melissa. Nice to see you. Yes, ma'am. And what is your name, please?
Elise Lark.
Elise, where are you from?
Storrs, Connecticut.
Storrs, Connecticut. University of Connecticut is up there, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes. What do you do for a living?
I'm a student.
Yeah. And what are you studying?
Political science.
Political silence? Political silence. Could be a whole new curriculum, political silence. What can we do for you tonight, Elise?
Dave, I'd like you to call my mother.
Okay, what's the matter with the problem here? What is it?
A week from tomorrow is my birthday, and my mom's already called me 3 times wanting to know what I want to do for my birthday when I come home, and she's bothering me, and I don't have the heart to tell her. So I'd like you to tell her just to leave me alone.
Just to lay off.
And I'll do whatever she wants.
Do what?
We'll do whatever she wants.
Oh, you'll do whatever she wants, yeah. Because you don't really have time to make the arrangements for your own party. All right. Elise, this is going to sound odd, and don't take this wrong. And when I say this, don't everybody start hooting and whooping it up and going to... Have you any interest in taking a shower? Now, see, now, hold it. See, folks, I asked you not to do that. Now, let's leave this decision to Elise. You can say no. There's certainly no penalty for not showering. If you have the slightest inclination into taking a shower, we can run you right into my dressing room, give you a towel, we can give you shampoo, we can give you... But oh, no, wait a minute. Let's let her make up her own mind. After all, this is the great system of political silence here. What do you think, Elise?
I'd love to take a shower.
No. Do we have time? Nice to meet you, Elise. How are you? Barry, do we have time for this? All right. Elise and I are going to shower. We'll be all right. All right, come right this way. Now, we're going to conduct ourselves like young ladies and gentlemen here, all right? Paul, maybe a little music while we're gone. Just a little bit of music. Elise, nice to see you. Now, what part of Connecticut are you from? You go to school? You go to school there and you live there as well? You go to school in Boston? Oh, you don't go to the University of Connecticut? Where do you go to school in the... Oh, Harvard. We have a Harvard student taking a shower tonight. All right, which way is it? Over here? Right this way. Now, this is my dressing room here, 8H7, you see? Okay, come on in. There you go.
Thank you.
And here we have towels.
Oh, good.
You have your choice of blue or kind of a, what is that? What would that be, Bob? Mauve? Would that be mauve?
Mm-hmm.
Tan, all right. So go ahead. And here's the shower. We have stuff, towels, everything you need.
Okay, thank you.
I'll turn on the water for you while you change. Okay? Sure. Can I fix you a cordial? All right. Let's just turn on the water. Oh, geez. Well, we had a little problem with the AC. I didn't realize. It's all right. Now go ahead and change, because we have to, how much time do we have here? Just about a minute, Elise. So, no, here, you go in here and change. That makes more sense, doesn't it? And we'll just close it up. But hurry right along, because okay. Oh, geez, look, you're flooding the place. Oh, my God. Okay, there.
Okay, I'll
That's
hurry.
fine. You probably want it warm, don't you?
Yes, please.
Well, I can't get any hot water out of this thing. Oh, no, there it goes. Okay. All right, now, so we have just about a minute, and Elise is changing, and see, now, this is the way to start a week. See, you get someone out of the audience, and you give them a shower. How we doing, Paul? Elise, you go ahead and knock on the door when you're ready. Okay. Boy, it was a beautiful day here in New York. Humidity finally broke, and it wasn't so oppressively hot and nasty as it has been in the last couple of weeks. Weekend was kind of bad, though. On Sunday, we had showers, lightning, kind of an electrical storm. And then Sunday, it cleared up and was actually kind of muggy. How you doing, Elise? All right. Okay, so we have Elise taking a shower. We're the only thing on NBC right now. Elise, I don't hear the water. You're finished? No, wait, what do you mean? You're not...
A minute.
No. Oh, see, you have to get in there, and then we see you taking a shower.
You have to watch me.
Well, no, we'll pull the thing. It'll be fine. We'll pull this thing. That'll be closed.
Okay.
All right, get back in there and turn on the water. Oh, brother, she goes to Harvard. Didn't understand that. Turn on the water, Elise. It's that shiny faucet-like thing. Now, no, take the bathrobe off and pull the curtain, and then we're coming in. All right, is the thing closed? Hi. Okay, now can you just kind of wave? Woo! While Elise is showering, we'll do a commercial. Okay. Now let me know when the lovely young woman is back here, because I feel we owe her an apology, don't we? At least an apology. Very nice woman, and we kind of turned it into what did we turn it into, Paul?
Stick.
A peep show. Thank you. I didn't think it was quite that bad, but all right. Yeah, we have here a few years ago. Let me know when she returns. Try and fend off any further lawsuits. A few years ago, my first guest appeared on this program with a product he invented and sells called Catch Fish Like Crazy. We gave him the fish, the tank, the lines, and he supplied this miracle spray. Thank you. He supplied the guy who supplies the miracle spray right here. We tried it. He caught nothing tonight to prove that it was just a bad night for fish. We welcome back entrepreneur and founder of Catch Fish Like Crazy, Mr. Colin Fisher. Colin, where are you? Hi, how are you?
Hi,
nice
Dave. How you doing?
Good. Now,
you're awfully wet.
Yeah, before we go any further, this was actually very brave of you to bring your product on a couple of years ago and demonstrate it in front of the magnifying lens of the camera.
Very.
Oh, she's signing away all rights right there. But anyway, I understand that the product actually does work, but that particular night it did not work at all. Now, why didn't it work that night, do you think?
I don't know. I guess it was just the conditions. You know, sometimes these fish get into situation isn't their natural
I understand the water is alien for the fish. It's a lot of chemicals they're not accustomed to.
Yeah.
They may have been fed at some kind of breeding farm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did that hurt business after you were on and it didn't work?
No, really. Our business has gone good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's
we had one guy ask for a refund, but
based on what he saw?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He says, you didn't catch any fish, nor did I. So he asked for his money back.
And you sent
which
it
we
back?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Now, what is in the formula here?
Well, I can't tell you all those secrets, but it's got anise, basically anise.
That's the ingredient in licorice?
Yeah, it's a scent that the fish are attracted to. And it works on the two premises. You know, it masks the human element, and then it has that scent. That
now, how did you learn about this?
Well, it was developed by a chemist after we had learned that...
Well, now, where did you learn initially about it?
This was on a trip my dad and I had taken, a fishing trip, where an Indian guide had taken anise seed and had rubbed it on the bait.
On the bait.
He
was able to catch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
and it just covers up the human scent, we think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the tank tonight, we have 15 carp, and also we'll see if Elise would like to get in here with us. Two trout. And the carp are the big,
they're the big ones.
Yeah, and the trout are the speckled ones.
Right.
Okay, we have, they're both freshwater fish. We're going to give it another try. We're using bait this time, night crawlers. What did we use last time?
We used artificial lure.
Artificial lure.
Works good
tonight
with both.
it's, okay, it's going to be night crawlers.
You want to take that pole?
I'll take
or you
this
want
one.
This one or?
I don't care. It makes no difference.
Okay. You want to bait it yourself?
Joe, I'd love to bait one. Sure, let me... Okay.
They're great. They're
no, here, give it, just give it. I'll do it.
All right.
Thank you very much. Yeah, see.
I'll do mine.
Okay, you go ahead and do yours. I'll do this one here. You kind of just thread them on there, don't you?
Yeah. Just spear them a couple times.
Okay, this one's not spearing too well. These hooks are kind of dull.
Let me help you. You want to take this one?
Oh, I can't get him up around there. I'm coming along. I'll be all right. Okay.
That's it.
Okay, here we go.
Here, wrap them around when we're...
No, I can't. All right.
Do you sew?
I'm sorry, do I what?
Sew.
No, I don't. I don't sew.
Okay.
How about yourself?
Well, no.
All right, we're all right. Okay, there we go. Okay. How are we doing? A minute and a half. That ought to be a fair test. Minute
Well,
and a half.
I caught your line, so I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Now give me the stuff.
Yeah.
Or no, do I fish without it? And
Why don't you fish without it? I'll use it.
You know, I really don't want to catch any of these things because I think it's kind of sad to see these boys bite it this way, isn't it?
Well, not really. If they're hungry, they'll bite.
But this is not exactly
you tell me
sportsmanship in the truest sense of the word, is it?
No. There you go.
Somebody just give me that rubber mallet. We'll just use that. Okay, here we go,
ready?
boys. Yeah, yeah, no. Yeah. Well, I can smell it already. Okay, there's a trout. Ooh, you hit him on the head with it. They don't, is there any point in moving the bait in front of them?
Oh, yeah, you want to, well, you want it to look as real and natural as it would be in the water.
Uh-huh. Well, we certainly have done that, haven't we?
Yeah.
This is pretty much like any mountain stream I've ever been around.
Oh, they'll bite. Give them a minute.
And a minute is just about all we have. We're going to just let this continue?
Sure.
Now, do you still own this company, Colin?
Well, I have the rights to it. It's now gone retail. It's available in the stores.
But you no longer own the company?
No.
I see.
No.
So it's really no skin off your nose what happens here tonight?
Well, it really is.
The carp there made a move and...
Yeah, I think he came up for...
Ooh, he just ran right into the line and...
He's there.
Well, it's likely that if they came in from a breeding farm that they had been fed probably on the trip.
Possibly.
Probably had a snack on the way over. Oh. Boy, carp are such wonderful fighting game fish, too. That
well, they really,
I don't think you find more spirited fish than the carp. A lot of people say marlin, but for my money, get out there in that Gulf Stream and go looking for those carp, because... Okay, how are we doing? All right, so we'll do a commercial, and then we'll be right back here to see what happens. All right, here we go. And if Colin catches a fish sometime during the show, you'll let us know. Right, Colin? Right. Okay.
Trying.
Would you like a cooler of beer while you're over there?
Yeah.
My next guest worked for several years right here in this very studio as one of the stars of the original Saturday Night Live. She has gone on to appear in such movies as Perfect, Invaders from Mars, Stardust Memories, and is now hosting a late-night series of her own, because it turned out to be just kind of, we got carried away, and then we didn't realize you were in there showering, although we said go in and take a shower. So, but, you know, it's my fault and my apologies to you.
I'm sorry.
Are you going to be all right?
I think so.
Do you hate me now?
I'll think about it. I'll let you know, Dave.
But no lawsuits, please.
Well, I've already thought of some things that I'd like, though.
Oh, yeah, like what? See, I don't blame you for being a little ruffled. I would be too, and we just went nuts. And Paul, help me out here. We have to do a commercial. So we'll be right back. Well, no, we're done, aren't we? Are any of them still alive?
Yeah, they're barely.
But no bites.
No bites.
But again, the name of the product is.
Well, catch fish like crazy.
Catch fish like crazy. Except, of course, on television. My thanks to everybody who was here tonight, and a special thanks to you, Elise. Nice to see you. And please, I didn't mean it like, stop it.